Luckily, I don't have to have it like actually playing to see the comments. I knew you wouldn't do that to me. Do what? I don't even remember. Okay. The only problem is I wanted to be able to like read the comments and look, but that's okay. That's okay. So I don't think I can have my phone over here. Anyway, so I'm going to be making a tailor tote this evening. I was going to film this, and I was like, I can't take another night of talking to myself, saying the same thing over and over again. So let's go live. Why not? So what I'm making is called the Petite Tailor, and I've cut 2 inches off the top of quite a few of the pattern pieces so that it's 2 inches shorter. And the one I'm making is going to have the simple exterior, so exterior 1, and then I'm going to do the more complicated interior, so interior 2. I wanted to mention we have 2 spots left in our Tailor Tote class, Tailor Tote Your Way, at So Whatever Studio. So if you're interested, there's only 2 spots left. And basically what we're going to be doing within that class is there's a Facebook group where we're having you tell us how you want to make your bag so that we can help you, me and Rhea, we can help you figure out how to cut it, figure out how you want to sew it, and then in class for Saturday and Sunday in August, we're going to be telling you how to sew it together, exactly how you want it. And then I imagine we'll be able to help people cut out during that time as well. But yeah, I think it's going to be super, super fun. So yeah, only 2 spots left. You could end it, we can come back. Nah. Yeah, start the live when you're fixing the camera. It is fixed. It's not a big deal. Hi, Sue. Hey, girl, hey. Okay, so all I'm doing to the side panels right now is I'm quilting them. So I made some cute little marks. Some cute little marks. You gotta turn the machine on, man. And I'm just adding some quilt lines. So I'm using red thread on this chocolate brown vinyl, and I think it looks really fun, honestly. So I still have to make those lines on the other side. Good evening, just happened to tune in while I repair life jacket for an overweight Yorkie Terrier. Aw. The new Sarah pattern, I don't know that I'll have a chance to make it anytime soon, but it does look really good. I love the style and shape of her new pattern. So Sarah Merriam has a Patreon where she offers patterns up for first access. I'm actually not part of the Patreon, so I'd have to wait till it was public anyway, so maybe then I'd have time. Maybe then. Okay, so I've got that quilted. I interfaced this with foam and only foam. I just wanted to have like a spongier feel to it. Oh yeah, the Tailor Tote. She's fun, man. She's just fun. Another event that we have coming up is actually an open house at Mormino headquarters. Evermore? We're not doing this again. And we will have open sew time as well, and that's the first weekend in August. So you can come shop, and you can also book open sew slots. So if you wanted a less stressful way to come and visit and still experience the industrial sewing machines that we have, in our beautiful classroom, you could do that. We might make that a more regular thing, just depends on how this goes. Okay. So I'm kind of laying these panels together to make my quilting marks consistent. And I love this 2.5 inch wide ruler for quilting. I think it's my favorite for that reason. Do you remember which tote you taught a class for at SME Dallas? I think it was the Emily, like a simple Emily bag. Hello, Melissa. I just got my material and hardware delivered today. I plan on making myself a tailor tote since I won't be able to make it to the class. Oh, Cheryl, it would be so fun to have you there. Someday. We also have another class going on sale July 10th, and that is for Rayvon Clark from Love Lola, and that class is happening later in October. It's going to be really fun. I just talked to her the other day about what she wants to do, and I'm very excited for her ideas. Yeah. Yep. Very true. Okay, so there is my gusset side panel all done. I'm going to very precisely and carefully clean that marking pen off there. Just saliva. It's fine. Okay. So then I've got my bottom panel, upper side panels, my strap connectors, and my triangle rings. Yeah, the red does look really pretty on the brown. I'm going to really transform the tailor this weekend. I have the pieces cut for exterior 2 at 85%, but I'm going to cut them a bit to make it an east-west bag. Ooh, getting fancy. And that's what I think is fun about the workshop that Rhea and I have put together is we both love changing up bags and making them almost unrecognizable. I love to do it to other people's patterns, and I love to do it to my own, so I think it'd be really fun. I mean, it has been fun so far. We're only in the Facebook group. Okay. To talk people through how they can change it up. All right, got those top stitch. I'm using Tomato Red. This is a new release Luxe vinyl, and it's so pretty. Fun to sew with, of course. It's Luxe. And then I'm going to base these at 1/2 inch. Evermore, I'm gonna kick you out of the basement. I'm gonna do it. What are you even thinking you're doing? All right, I'm gonna mark the center top. Dang it. I wanted to add a big tumbler sleeve to mine. Oh yeah. It's got such a nice wide side panel that you could do that. You could kind of mimic like the Saya Sidekick on the inside of that, how that has that like big sleeve. I think that would work really well. Okay, adding that connector face down. Okay. Then add our upper panel. I also did this size tote last night and I made it a drop-in lining, so I might do that again. It's just so much easier. Although this bag isn't as heavy with the Profuse. Because I've been having a lot of wrinkles with the Wawak Profuse, and I don't know if it's something I'm doing or if I just need to like press the bag again once I turn it. Flipping that so the triangle ring is up. Sewing across. Got a little sneaky thread in here. And then we're gonna add the base. And I added foam to the base when I cut it out. So I did Decaville Heavy and foam. I just wanted it to have that same puff like the rest of the bag. We also have space in an upcoming class in July with Monica for the Lola bag made out of leather. So it's going to be an all leather class with a skiving machine and leather provided. All the materials are provided for that one. So I'm excited. I'm excited for all of the classes. Like, they're relaxing. It's a great environment. Will you be coming out with new 40-ounce tumblers with handles? No plans at this time. We still have all those scissor ones in stock. I do have some Owala type bottles on the way that are printed all over, but I literally ordered 25 of them just to kind of test out and see. Who knows if I'd order more or not, but I just was like, oh, that'd be fun. Okay. So that's our gusset complete. I'm gonna work on the front of the bag now. I had thought about quilting this I am using Renew Canvas that I had custom printed. This file is from My Darling Creates. I don't sell the fabric, but she sells the design. And we don't offer custom prints, so I apologize. I'm not getting in trouble for this. I bought this fabric just for me. So I'm snipping to find my centers. I interfaced this with an SF101 equivalent and then just added foam. So there's not a ton of structure, just enough. I never forget about Halloween. Never. Yes, all the classes are linked down below if you're watching this later or if you've got the chat hidden. Okay, this is my upper panel. These are my handles. I'm gonna do just cute little grab handles within the seam instead of adding square rings or connectors or doing the webbing that goes all the way across. And I've cut these to 2.5 inches wide. I'm going to fold the long raw edges into the center. And I think, I don't know if I want to do it or not. Yes, I'm going to do it. So I'm going to top stitch at 3/8 from each end, each side, maybe. Yeah, I'm going to do it. Okay, for profuse. Oh, okay. I heat to about 325, press for 8 seconds, but I water spray a tea towel, place it on top of interfacing. It needs to be damp, and then let it sit. Okay. All right, interesting. Hi, Lauren. I'm glad to see you on a live. It's hard for me to catch you. Sometimes I like the fabric you're using. Well, thank you. I think. I don't go live a lot anymore. All right, yeah, I'm gonna top stitch 3/8 on both sides. I think it'll be fun to add a little more intrigue with the stitching. Oh, hey, Brittany. Got those top stitched, and now I'm gonna measure 2.5 inches in from each short end. We're gonna fold it in half. Barb, yes, we still have 2 spots open for our class in August. I've not had any wrinkling. Yeah, the price is worth it for sure. The English paper piecing at the beach, it was so fun. I did it on the airplane. I did it at night. I want to say I made like 6 of the flowers. And one of the nights Dorothy was helping me. It was cute. She was like, okay, let me know when you're ready for me to hand you another one. All right, so I've got the wrong side marked. I'm going to fold it in half on itself. And I'm going to stitch just that open, the edge that's open, back stitching, folding that on itself. So this creates like a faux rolled handle effect. And I'm gonna sew until I get to that next set of marks that I made. Back stitch. You can do this with webbing too. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Kira. Ooh, I like that. So we've got this handle ready to go. We'll set that aside and we'll finish this one. And we don't need to worry about the edge here because it's going to be sewn into the seam on the bag, so not a big deal. I have another Whatnot sale coming up on the 4th of July in the morning. I was like, you know what? I'm not doing anything important that day. We'll hang out in the afternoon as a family, but in the morning I could go make some scrap boxes at work. So we're gonna do another scrap box live. And me and Tammy put everything out on tables today, like a rummage sale. So I'll just like go across the tables and fill up the boxes with everything that's just, we have so much scrap, you guys, so much scrap. It's fun and sad at the same time. Because I'm like, oh, we needed the product to sell, not scrap, but it is what it is. Yeah, I'll be asleep. All right, so I'm gonna make marks 2.5 inches from the center. And that's where we'll be placing the handles in a U shape. Okay. So the quote-unquote wrong side of the strap is face up, so I can see where I have folded it together, and then our top stitch seam. And I'm just creating a nice U shape. Basting those down. Repeating that on this panel, wrong side up. Oh yeah, Nancy, totally understand. And like we call them scrap boxes, but really they're just like seconds quality product boxes. What are those like produce boxes that are ugly produce but still taste great? Like, there's still a lot of great product. There's just some ugly spots, and so we can't sell it. All right, so we're gonna lay the upper panel on top. Half-inch seam allowance. Oh yeah, like Misfits. Yeah. Oh yeah, no, we don't want to throw it out. Absolutely not. It's still good. Okay, and then we'll flip this up. Oh, and the vision is just coming together. Like, it's so cute. I love all these colors together. We have like a really pretty coral that matched the presents, but overall it was just too much. So I was like, I think I'll do the red. I think it looks really pretty. I love that handle. And then like it's 2 inches shorter, so it's so cute. Okay, let me grab a rose gold nameplate. I received the dark red false leather from you. It's beautiful. False leather. faux. Yeah, I guess false. It's fair. I'm really glad you like it. We work hard to bring the best product possible. Speaking of which, do you guys like the nylon fabric that people are carrying? I enjoy, especially Theratex, that one's my favorite. I enjoy using that for some projects. I found a recycled version of it that feels really, really nice. I have some here that I want to try out, but I'm like, is it something we use enough of? I don't know. And like, I don't want to copy what other people are doing. I want to find a way to make it my own if I bring something like that in. So I feel like having a recycled plastic bottle version is a way to kind of make it unique to us. Theratex is not stretchy at all. I have it on my cutting table. If I remember at the end, I'll show it, but it feels really, really nice. But I know like people are making fanny packs with it, or like the Longchamp dupe bag. They're fun for duffel bags and totes and things like that. Yes, I use a lot of nylon for my linings when I don't need the structure. Yes. Oh, meant to say faux leather. Sorry. Honestly though, like it is false. There's that. Yes, we try to ship super fast. Okay. Like, please get out of here. It's adorable. All right, so now we can add our gusset. I'm gonna line up the bottom center first. I'll have to check on the nylon. I'm not seeing it. Yeah, it's lightweight. The right or the wrong side of waterproof canvas. Diane, do you know whose waterproof canvas you're using? If it's from FWD, it has that like really slick backing. That's the wrong side, and then the textured front. If it's one of the fabrics we carry, you can scratch one side of it, and the side that has like a white cast is the wrong side. Yeah, sometimes it gives windbreaker vibes. So true. Yeah, it goes really quick. Anyone can help me with this, but I am in a desperate search for a good backpack for a first grader that can last a little while. Also in search for the pattern and also Minecraft fabric. Does it need to hold like a folder? I know some places they require it hold a folder, but I like the Elena backpack. It does have a small size from I Think So. The red vinyl I'm using is a release on July 15th. It's called Tomato Red. On my website. It's like release when, cool. Tell us more. All right, I'm snipping into the sides so I can get the gusset to fit perfectly. I had a meeting with Sew Expo earlier this week to go over classes. I'm excited I'll be back to teach and possibly vend. I do when I don't want to vend, but I do, but I don't. I think vending in general, like anywhere, is something I've been struggling with because I'm like, it's good to grow our business, to be able to vend and get new customers, and the other part of me is like, I mean, it's a lot of work though, and I'm tired. So, I don't know. Because there's also H&H America and like the fiber and fabric. Oh yeah, you like it. Yeah. Okay, so the slick side of waterproof canvas is the wrong side. Great, well I just finished a tote with the slick side on the inside. Hey, if you don't know the difference, somebody else might not know the difference either, and it's still going to repel water. So it is okay, but now you know. I am doing a second row of stitching along that curve and the bottom just to help it hold its shape. And then I'll trim away the excess. Kelly, the Adventure Time backpack by Andre Designs. I have already made that. Oh, that's so funny. Oh. Ooh, the last thing I wrote down to talk about is that we have new merch on the website under the Sew Whatever merch tab. I'm using Ninja Print on Demand. I have not received any of the actual products yet, so I'll definitely update you when I do. But I've heard that they have really good quality and great options as far as shirts. So we can do made-to-order merch now, and I don't have to be the one that makes it. So I'm excited. And we don't have to do screen printed, which I love doing screen printed products, but we have to order so many and then keep them on hand and this and that and the other thing, and then we end up with sizes that never sell. So now, yeah. So I can take requests as well. If you're like, okay, but I really like this design and I like this style shirt, I can quickly whip it up and post it, and then you can purchase it, or you don't have to. Like, you can just tell me what you're looking for, because somebody else might be looking for it too. But I've been having a lot of fun. There's a little kids zip-up hoodie that's on the website. Dorothy was up with me while I was making them, and she's like, I want one. I want it to have this, and this, and this, and this, and I want it to be red. And I was like, okay, you got it. Goofball. I do not have any Minecraft fabric or vinyls. Yeah, fabric therapy might. Dorothy is 4. Going on 16. So I'm gonna do this one as a drop-in lining. So before I turn this, I'm going to add some double-sided tape. To all 4 sides. And normally when you do a drop-in lining, you want to like mark a certain seam allowance. I'm just going to add the tape because that interfacing, it just folds right over the edge of that, and that's where it's going to go. And it works out. No, probably not going to use my cylinder arm. I should. I know. I just, not yet. I've been burned too many times. And like, I always kind of say, if you're thinking about a cylinder arm, just get a cylinder arm, because once you've learned how to use an industrial and the industrial is your cylinder arm, like you're good to go. But I learned how to use this, so I'm going on like 8 years of this is what I know. So I don't know. I like it. I do enjoy the cylinder arm. I just need to just do it. The needle plate that I have is from Sewing Gold. They have the one with markings on it. I love it so much. Bought it for all of the classroom sewing machines as well. I also have a skinny foot, pretty much always on my machine. Yeah, just, yeah, no thanks. I love the Thor. Yes, if you're coming to class, you can, yeah. Yeah, no, they don't have any discounts. I don't do affiliate codes and things like that. I don't have any desire to make money off of your purchase in that way. I don't want to sway your purchase. You could try it. But yeah, I don't have any affiliate codes either for that, you know. Oh, yay, yeah, the skinny foot, it's so good. Okay. And I remember I did a workshop at Sunny Sewing, and they had the thin feet on their 1541s, and I was like, wait, why don't we have that for the 1181? They're like, I don't know, they just don't make it. So then I was like, I'm gonna find it. Ooh, this is so cute. All right, so I can turn this. Hello. It's just like a totally different bag when you cut 2 inches off the top. It's adorable. So you can replace the needle plate on a Juki with well-marked seam guidelines. Yes, Diane. I would make sure that it's an actual seam guide for the 1181 so that you don't have issues with it. Okay, I'm gonna do my crossbody strap super quick and then we'll move on to the lining. I'm doing the lining with a divider, but instead of having it be a pocket, it's just a divider. So there's 2 compartments. There's not a 3rd compartment within the divider. Just because I felt like the bag was a little bit too short for it to matter, and I didn't want to take away space within the bag. So I think it'll be cute. Maybe that was silly, but just having fun, okay? So I'm sure this bag will end up on a whatnot sale. Oh, the one that opens all the way from Sophisticated is so cool. I have not made it, but I know people who have. And it like opens and lays flat. So cool. Hello, Linda. All right, we're gonna top stitch all 4 sides, and I always start on the open side first, and you can clip that together as you go. I basically create my own strap attachment using my hands. So finish that off. I'm going to go ahead and use rivets for sewing this together. Putting it together, I'm not sewing it, I'm going to use rivets. So I've got my slide adjuster. And when you're using thicker vinyls, you want to make sure you're using a thicker slide adjuster. So we carry wide mouth sliders, and then we also carry ultra slim sliders for when you're using webbing. So we got you covered. I'm grabbing rivets. I'm just putting one around the slider. I'll grab a snap hook. I had a bag for bags. Okay, snap hook attached on that side. And then punch our holes. One hole there. One hole there. my... Dropped it. Where did it go? There it is. All right. And that is done. Hello, So Felicia. Strap complete. Did it. All right, I'm gonna have 2 zippers inside the bag. So I'm gonna cut like a 10-inch zipper for my zipper pocket and like an 18-inch zipper for my top zipper. And I'm gonna grab some pulls. I think I have some rose gold Mickey pulls, but we shall see. We shall see, we shall see. Dang, I don't think I do. Looks like it's all light gold. But it's okay. I got magnets over here. I do have rose gold bows, so I think I'm going to use one of those and one pop tab on the top. So pop tab pull, and then a bow for my zipper pocket. Bow. And the bow that I'm using is from geekyhardware.com. They're so cute. Wanda, the lights on the classroom machines are all from Sunny, actually. They're all from Sunny Sewing. Okay. So we're going to work on our recessed zipper panel first. I am using Wheat Renew canvas along with that printed Disney print. I love the Renew canvas. It's so nice, so good. We're gonna have a sale on water resistant canvas soon also, because we are discontinuing it. I have almost finished reorganizing my space actually. I just bought some more stuff from IKEA the other day to put my webbing into. I don't love the door hanging organizer that I have, so I'm getting like these big bins. We'll see if that works. But I just feel like I can't find what I need the way it's organized now. So I'll have like different drawers for different things. And like I saw the shelf hanging organizer that people have been using, and I was like, I just don't know that that's gonna work for me. Yeah, I have no doubt that Sunny sells just the lights too. It's so strange that they're different, but sometimes things aren't consistent from suppliers either, like whoever they order it from. Okay, so I had marked at 1 inch in from each short end, and now I'm just taping and folding the raw edge to meet so that we've got a nice folded edge on the short side of the zipper panel. And then we can add 1/8 inch double-sided tape. Oh, thanks. I was gonna be like, I use a Dyson Airwrap, and it's the best thing that's ever happened to my hair. And then I was gonna be like, Dyson, sponsor. I'm kidding. Good. Clearly, that's not going to happen. Okay. So I added 1/8 inch wide double-sided tape to where I'm going to be adding my zipper, and then I'll just kind of pull everything apart. This helps me kind of differentiate what's what and where the zipper is going to go, and then I'll prep. Water-resistant canvas is going away. So we've replaced it with waterproof canvas light, which I prefer it completely. It's very, very similar in weight, and it's actually just, you know, it's waterproof. So why not? I love the colors, I love the look, I love everything about it. But we still have a ton of water-resistant canvas in stock. So if there's a color you love and you're like, oh, I don't want to buy it now, I'm sure we'll still have it in a little bit, but we are doing 10% off automatic discount this weekend. I think it's Friday to Tuesday. All right. So prepping my zipper here. Yes, water-resistant canvas does not have that coating. But yeah, the waterproof canvas light, it has such a good feel and it's not bulky. I agree, and that's why I'm just like, no, this is it, this one right here. And then Renew is just like a little bit thicker than the waterproof canvas light. It's got a more dense weave and it's softer. It has like a cotton feel, but it's all recycled water bottles, which is, I'm like, all right. And so I've been looking for a lot of those recycled fabrics, and that's why when I found that nylon, I was like, ooh, all right, this would be fun, and it feels really nice. I have to sew with it, but it's a little bit stiffer than Theratex. Like it's not the same. And again, I'm not here to compete with something someone is already doing. I'm here to find my own thing. Contribute something new, not just the same thing in a different shop. All right, 3/8 inch seam allowance. Yeah, the waterproof canvas from FWD Fabrics used to be a favorite of mine, and I lined every bag I made with it. But yeah, it can be a lot. It's thicker, it can be heavy, and it can be hard to turn. I remember when I was pregnant, I had carpal tunnel, and I was like, I can't turn bags. So I get it. Kira. I'm like, did you just chat GPT that? top stitching all the way across. Something fun I had an idea for is the Kai scissors that I have are engraved that say So Whatever Studio, and I was like, you know, it would be really fun to offer, because I wanted to wholesale from them scissors to sell on my website anyway, because in February, I went over to the booth and I was like, hello. I love Kai scissors. They're the best. I tried manufacturing my own scissors and they sucked because I want pretty ones, like really, really pretty ones. And then I showed him my tattoo and I was like this. And he was like, oh, that's so cool. I don't know if we can do that. You know, it's expensive. And I was like, I'm willing to pay. But I don't think it's ever going to happen. Who knows? But if they're engraved and they say something fun, that would be cool, right? Yeah? So I'm going to try that. Hi, Beth. Oh my gosh, I didn't even talk about Beth and Kathy's class. I think we have just a couple spots left in their class as well. And they're doing 4 projects, all pre-cut kits, and that's later in September. I know, we're all willing to pay. That's what I'm telling them. I'm like, no, you don't understand. We want rainbow. We want pretty prints. We want fun colors, like maybe some glitter. I don't know. Please. And he was like, you could do this, this, or this, and reach out to these people. And I'm like, but I could just work with you because they're incredible scissors. And like, I paid a lot of money for a mold fee and everything, and I was just like, these suck. They would have been so pretty, but they would have sucked. I was like, no, I can't do that. Can't do it again. Pretty left-handed Kai scissors. Yeah, I know, wouldn't that be amazing? Kai does have left-handed scissors. So Erica has not fully announced what she's doing for her class. I know that she is doing a pre-cut kit for a brand new pattern, but that's all I know. Her class is going to go on sale August 10th. It would have been July, but she needed a little bit more time, and I'm like, well, then you take a little bit more time. But her classes are always fantastic. And we are a studio that you apply to teach at, so I highly suggest if there's someone you want to see, you tell them to apply. Like, come on, come teach. Okay, zipper panel's done. It looks so good. I love it so much. Let's take a look. Let's see what all I cut out for this. We've got our zipper pocket overlay, and that's going to go on this side. We've got our divider, lining divider. Okay, so I only have one pocket planned. So I can go ahead and sew this into place on this side. I'm going to have my zipper going in the opposite direction than I normally would because I want my zippers to zip in the same direction on the other side of the bag. Oh, that's right. I ended up not interfacing the lining of this one just to see what the structure was like. I think I'm going to regret it. 1/2 inch seam allowance, and we are going to top stitch under. Yeah, I only like the Kai Professional I do have a discount code. It is not an affiliate, but it's a discount code, so whatever, from Kai. If you want to try them out. It's 20% off your purchase. All right. So there's that. We'll set this aside. I'm going to work on that center divider really quick. So I added Profuse to just one side, and I cut 2 divider lining pieces, and I'm going to sew these together along the top edge. Normally within the pattern you would add like a zipper, but I did not want to this time. So it's just a divided pocket. It's like a divider panel. So we'll open this up. Top stitch it flat. Ah, bobbin got me. Oh yeah, it definitely would. This tomato red would make a great bow Laura. I really want to make a huge batch of them. The bow Laura bags. They're just so cute. So I'm basting around the sides. This feels fantastic. All right, we're going to find the center at the bottom. And so we've got our divider panel. And I'm going to work on putting together our gusset for the lining. It's a little bit tricky. You want to make sure that you've got your straight side marked, figured out which side is that. And we're going to be putting right sides together for that base panel. 1/2 inch seam allowance. We can open this up and we can add the other side. Okay, so this is the wrong side, and I see I've got my straight edge markings on that side. That's good. We can top stitch that in a minute. Okay, here's my straight edge. Here's my straight edge, and it tapers wider at the bottom, more narrow at the top. And you want right sides together. That bottom panel gets lined up at the bottom edge. And we'll repeat that with this side. Straight edge, whoop. Don't throw it on the floor. Right sides together. Oh, thank you, Becca. Becca said she loves using their new canvas. The stitches look so good. It's hard to describe how good the stitches look. I I literally felt crazy the first time I sewed with it, and I was just like, wait, they look so good. How is this possible? It's like it's in my head. I'm crazy. All right, I'm marking the center on both sides of the bottom panel now that I have that top stitched. And then we're not going to add our upper lining panel just yet. And I've got the bulk facing down towards the bottom panel. And I'm just top stitching that at 1/8 of an inch. Okay, snipping at the top. Now, ooh, I'm supposed to make a mark. 1.5 inches. I'll open the pattern. Oh my gosh, why are you not charging? Oh, because it wasn't plugged in all the way. That would explain it. That makes sense. Library. Let's find the tailor tote. Nope, not that. Like, oh no. I don't think I have it on my phone. I have to have it on my phone. I must have just recently opened it. There it is. It's literally like number 4. Just wasn't looking. Yeah, 1.5 inches down. That's what I thought. And it will be the same measurement because I cut 2 inches off the top of everything, so we're just like lowering that down. And this is gonna go on the straight side. Because that divider goes on the straight side. We'll start with one side, lining up the center at the bottom. And then your divider is going to get placed right up against that 1.5 inch line we just made. And then again, we'll need to make little snips to get that to match up with the curve. And then it's up to you if you want to baste this first and then do the other side, or if you want to just clip it and then clip the other side and sew it all at once. I'm gonna baste it. And those straight edge marks should be up against your divider. So I'm just going to do a quick little 1/8 inch because we're going to be sewing this together with a 1/2 inch seam allowance. Renew would work, but it's not waterproof. Yeah, 1/2 inch. I think Renew has some like water repellency, but it is not waterproof. We tested it and eventually like it leaks through, so. Oh, here it is. Okay. So here's that marked straight edge and we're doing right sides together. Oh my God, these colors look like Winnie the Pooh. And hopefully your bottom panels line up. And then you'll line up the top edge of your gusset. Make sure there's no twisting. Tomorrow afternoon / morning, Brittany and I have our monthly project live and we are cutting out the rosy sling. I'm excited because we just did a rosy sling workshop and I got to watch all those people cut out a rosy and sew up a rosy, and I didn't get to do one and I really wanted to. Okay. So now we're going to sew from top of the gusset all the way around at a 1/2 inch seam allowance, and make sure that you don't get any weird puckers all the way around that curve on the bottom. Yes, Kira, I am going to do the binding the way the pattern has you do the binding. It's true. I'm going to do it. All right, I'm going to just trim down the bottom edge here. I'm going to cut the waterproof canvas and everything. It's happening. All right. And I'm leaving the divider within the seams up at the top. Okay. And then this isn't adding like any bulk at all. So I'm just going to flatten that seam open. And that's where we're going to add our top side panel. And that's a 1/2 inch seam allowance. And you're going to fold that down and top stitch through the lining. I feel like maybe the divider is less scary when you're not doing a zipper with it. Yeah, we're going to make a 54 inch by 1.75 inch ruler. In person only. Good luck getting it home. Dude, I wonder what my supplier would say if I messaged them and I was like, this is the size I need. They'd probably be like, get out of here. What's wrong with you? got our Winnie the Pooh. Divider. Oh, I didn't do my zipper pocket. I should have. Then we would be ready to put it all together. Anyway. So I'm going to sew. Okay. Someone commented on my video and they were like, you should do your zipper pocket the way Nicole does her zipper pocket. And I was like, well, I don't know how she does her zipper pocket. So I watched how she did her zipper pocket because I love watching her videos anyway. I watch them while I put makeup on and stuff and get ready for my day. And it makes me happy because it feels like I'm hanging out with her. Which I do for like everybody's video. So maybe I will try it because she doesn't attach it to her zipper. She just sews and then opens it up. But I'm like, I don't know, what's the difference? I have my eyes closed because I'm trying to remember how she does it. But basically she'll attach the lining to the top edge of the zipper, fold it out of the way, and then she tapes this way on the back side. After she's everything ready to go, her zipper's in place, she'll tape that down, flip it over, and sew under it. So she only sews it once instead of sewing it twice. And I'm like, come on, I just got the hang of doing it this way. Can you give me some time? So I'm gonna baste my zipper onto my fabric on the top edge. Because then you can fold that up and out of the way. Okay. And then once she has it in place, I'll do it. Okay, I'll do it. Now that I've already said it. Yeah. I mean, it's one of those like you do it now or you do it later. It's fine. Okay, so we've got that prepped then. I feel like Nicole would definitely laugh hearing me be like, it's not that hard, just do it. I know, but I don't want to. Hey, Liz. Hey, girl, hey. See you soon. Okay. 1.5 inches down? Yeah, why not? Centered. I'll add a little woven label. All right, we're going to top stitch the outer edge of the overlay. Definitely should have left longer thread tails than I did, but here we are anyway. Yeah, Rebecca said, I'm pretty sure I've mostly fallen in love with doing zipper pocket overlays because they're perfect for tags. Yeah, it's a really great spot. And I feel like the first person I saw do that with tags was probably Lynn's. I remember seeing an overlay she did where she added a tag, and I was like, oh, that's brilliant. I'm gonna do that. And now here we are. We're all doing it. I'm sure it was done before then too, but. All right, got that tied. I am using the new ones with my L signature. They feel right for me to use. I've been using the cork ones from Heartwood and Hide too. Okay, there's that. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna add tape. I could probably just use 1/4 inch. Yes, they're my favorite. And bless Jade and her sweet, sweet soul. I sent her the worst file imaginable, and she was like, yeah, no, I can work with this. That's fine. Oh, thank you. All right, we got that taped into place. It's not perfectly centered, but it's not bad. So then we tape this now. So basically it's like you're either stitching or you're taping. Either one, whatever you want to do. You're gonna keep that all folded up. And so underneath. Okay, did I do it right? Or does she not sew any of her lining until it's just right timing? Okay, and then just make sure you're doing yourself a favor and leaving long thread tails. Okay, now we'll press that open and lay that down. And I'm going to start on this side where my zipper pull isn't. Okay. And bring the zipper pull in. Dang it. Like, did I leave enough room for this giant pull? I don't think I did. No, I did not. It's okay, I can fix it. Come on. Okay, there we go. It's covered in tape now. What was that? Long thread tails, and then you still didn't do it? Checks out. Hello, Nikki. How's it going? Thank you for allowing me to be a lurker in your test group. It makes me happy to see what you're working on. Okay. And then we don't need to leave an opening to turn the bag through, so I'm just going to sew all the way around the pocket. So now we're going to add yeah. Kind of weird to see you at a machine again. I've been sewing. I've just been recording. I literally just scheduled a video for September. I was like, heck yeah. Pre-filmed. Feels good. That darn algorithm. Yeah. I like to have content planned. And so I have content filmed until like late into September at this point, which is, woo. So I'm hoping to be able to do more spontaneous lives because of that. I can do that. All right, top stitching underneath, making sure everything is in the right orientation. All right, now we can add our divider. Just cleaned up all my clips. Why'd I do that? If there's a right or a wrong way, make sure you orient that now. I don't think so for mine that there is. So we're going to start clipping at the bottom. And then get the top panels lined up. Oh, Carlo, the sound is too low. I'm not sure if there's anything I can do about it on my end, but you might be able to turn it up. Sorry about that. Mike's right there. All right, snipping into the curves. stretching it to fit. Oh, you had to turn the sound pretty high. Dang. Okay, good to know. Normally I go live just through StreamYard, and I think it adjusts the volume a little bit. And this time I'm just straight through YouTube, and it probably doesn't adjust the sound. Thank you, though, for letting me know. I wonder if I changed my lav mic, if that would change it. I do turn up the volume when I edit. So, yeah. Is the divider with or without zipper? No, it is without. No, the lav does not have a volume knob on it. I just have one that's like this, you know, the sound's just a little bit different through it. And I'm using my old lav, which I really like, but I think it's a little bit quieter. All right, 1/2 inch seam allowance, and then we can bring that in just a little bit as we go across the bottom edge and curves. Oh, there it went. Yeah, turning the sound up works, but I know that then when YouTube switches to an ad, it's like, ah, it's insanely loud, so. Yeah, I don't think I've made one with a divider without a zipper, so I thought, oh, I'm making it a little bit shorter. I'll go ahead and also just omit the zipper. So we've sewn across the entire gusset. I'm just going to sew the curve at 1/8 of an inch into the seam allowance for reinforcement and to help with the shape. And then we'll trim the excess. And I really only trim where I've sewn twice. Oh yeah, I'm using a gaming chair. I actually really want to get a new one. We have the white mesh ones in the classroom, and they're pretty comfy, in my opinion. This one's not uncomfortable, it's just, it's like 6 years old now, which is fine, but it's getting pretty worn. I do have a lab cushion seat in it, and that helps a lot. I almost feel like that's more important than the actual chair, but. There is a divider pocket in the pattern already. It's the interior 2 of the tailor tote. So all those pattern pieces, all those pattern pieces are there. Yes, my Technique code is still active. That one is an affiliate. It is So Whatever, I think. So Whatever 10 maybe. I think Brittany has one too that's like Meow 10. Rhea, you actually could still do a no hardware version with a crossbody, and you would just sew the strap into the bag. So it wouldn't be removable, it would be more permanent, but yes, could definitely be made no hardware. I just did like the super simple version and just used a magnet and crossbody. It's Imperium, okay. And then we're gonna do a drop-in, and since I don't have stabilizer on my upper lining, probably because I was sick of cutting it, to be honest. This was the third one I cut out, and I was like, all right, I'm done. But I will mark a 1-inch line and then tape it down to meet that line. Oh my God. Yes, ma'am. It scared me. That was terrifying. The other night, she almost knocked over my lights and my phone, and she knocked thread off the wall and broke it. And I was like, great, thank you so much. You're so sweet. Oh, she does not get into my sweatshirt anymore. I feel like she's too big. I wasn't looking at that. You said through your finger. That's funny. That would not be fun. Did I have a water? I feel like I had a water. I don't know where it is. I just feel like after that I need a drink of water. Okay. Quarter-inch tape. Got all that taped. And we've got our lining all sewn up. There's no hole. We don't need to turn this because we're just gonna drop it into the bag. also last night did what I'm calling the petite tailor tote. With exterior too. So it was pieced together and it looked really, really cute. Okay. So there we go. And then when you open the bag, you can see there's that fully divided lining. And in the original pattern, this is like a zippered divider, but I decided to just put right sides together instead of cutting all of the lining pieces. I think I like it. All right, I'm gonna add some 1/4 inch wide. Sorry, Evermore. That's what you get though. 1/4 inch wide double-sided tape in just a few places so I can tape them together and prevent any shifting. I think it would be also pretty cool to kind of like the Gaia or the Aries to top stitch the gusset. Would be pretty fancy. All right. I like my zipper pocket to go to the back of the bag. And then we'll just place this all inside of each other, lining up our side seams. I love the red at the top with the brown. It looks so good. All right, and then that tape in there is just going to help prevent any shifting. And my preference is always to start with the sides and get those lined up and then work on the rest. Yeah, top stitching the gusset would be really cute. And that's the other cool thing about the Tailor Tote Your Way is you're gonna have 2 full days of sewing to put it together. So you can take all the time on those little extra additions. Or just bring other stuff to work on. Although this bag can be pretty involved, so I could see it taking full class time if you're really taking your time with it. All right. Hi, Mike. You're a chicken nugget. No, I am a chicken nugget. It's true. It's true. Oh, yeah. Where's Pretzel, huh? Like he doesn't even love Brittany, you know? Oh my gosh. I'm not mad about not having the interfacing on the top band for the lining right now. I'm not. Not mad. I think it's okay. Especially since I use Luxe for both, and I usually like to use like a mid-weight for the upper portion. So I think it's okay. And just to get a good feel for it, I'm gonna press that lining down in there. And it's nice because it's not saggy, and you've got that divider sitting really nicely. And then once you zip it, that zipper panel is wide enough that it gives enough room in the bag. And then these handles are so cute. I love it. I don't know that I've done one just like a full print, and it really changes the look of the bag. I did the super simple version. I don't have that one with me, but it's all one color basically, and just like a pop of color on the handles, and that also just totally transformed the pattern completely for me, and I was like, wow, super cute. A little bit of quilting on there. I like it. Oh man, it'd be cute to do like a little bow on the handles that like clips them together, like wraps around. That would be cute. All right. I'm also tempted to try to top stitch through the handles, but it's also kind of nice that they could sit flat. But I did this on the last one I made. The handles were much smaller, but I debated like riveting the handles up. But you see how much that changes how the handles want to sit if I were to sew through it? Oh my gosh, yeah. You gotta do the bow, Laura. You got to. All right. I'm too afraid to top stitch it. It's so cute. I'm keeping this. It's mine. Although I don't love Christmas, so I'm like, maybe not. I don't need another bag. But the inside looks just so stinking nice, y'all. I don't know what else to tell you. It looks nice. All right, I'm gonna top stitch through the handles. I think it'll be really fun. Yeah, riveting would be good. Yeah, I'm not going to Disney after Thanksgiving. If I go, it's for Halloween this year, but I don't think I'm gonna go. I don't know. I got my cart loaded. It's there. I just have to be sad enough to book it, you know? We'll talk about it in therapy. I'm not gonna do it, girl. Yeah, or go in February, or both. Why not? Because I got money. All right. I'm gonna top stitch it. And this bag isn't so structured that doing this is difficult. And this is what I've known for so long. And just make sure the zipper panel is out of the way and that your handle is straight. And maybe I will rivet it and stitch it. I don't know. Oh yeah, you could totally add purse feet to this bag. I think it's in the pattern. I just didn't. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, the Oogie Boogie. I have not been to that. Yeah, I feel like top stitching that was easy peasy. Going through those handles, I'm glad I did that. Just press everything back down into place. Yeah, she is. She's down on the floor being wild. All right, well, we did it. She is complete. Minus a strap end, or a zipper end, but I'll do that later. I usually take them to work and let Lexi be like, it doesn't have a strap end. And I'm like, oh yeah, my bad. But I think it turned out so cute. I'm glad I did this live. It was nice to be able to hang out and not just talk to myself for 2.5 hours or however long this was. Yeah, this is tomato. This is chocolate. Kind of a weird combo to eat, but on a bag I think it's fine. And they're releasing July 15th at 10 a.m. So cute. All right, thanks everybody for hanging out. I will see you all later. Bye. I have to get up and end the video though, because it's way over